Okay, and we want to find x tilde of k. We started with this, which we have already discussed, and then we made change of variables to answer this question. Okay, if this is the x tilde of n, what is x tilde of k? And it comes like this. And please note that this is periodic. Okay, so now when we come to the convolution and multiplication, say multiplication in time domain is convolution in frequency domain. But here, since because of the periodic nature of these sequences, it becomes periodic convolution. Okay, periodic convolution meaning, so we always look at 0 to n minus 1 in that window itself. And if there is a periodically shifted, again, if you want to look at in that window, then what will happen if we periodically shift it? Again, want to look at in that window. The sequence gets like a circular shift. Okay, and hence the samples you look at will be different. Okay, but still the sequence length will be same, right? So that's what happens here in periodic convolution, unlike in normal convolution. Okay, where you have the you keep sliding this signal, okay, from each non-zero overlap, okay, till you get all the non-zero overlaps. Okay, so that is the difference here. Please note that the DFS gives the same n sequence to n sequence in time to n sample sequence in frequency domain, and hence this periodic convolution is very opt even from the number of samples point of view. Okay, we have seen with a little bit of mathematics how exactly this convolution, periodic convolution in time domain is multiplication in frequency domain. Okay, I will skip the derivations which you could have seen. When comes to the third video lecture, we have seen some analogy between the discrete time Fourier transform and discrete Fourier series. See, if you see as per the expressions, simply it is x of e power j omega sampled at omega equal to 2 pi by n into k. But so we want to establish a systematic relationship. Okay, so for that what we have taken is, so we have first sketched how will be x of e power j omega. X of e power j omega is around the unit circle. The magnitude of the frequency coefficients what we have will be given by x of e power j omega. What is x of k, x tilde of k, or x of k? X of k, when we consider, especially later when we discuss about discrete Fourier transform, only one period of it is called discrete Fourier transform. Okay, so x of k is, x of 0 is here, x of 1 is here, sampled at 2 pi by n into 1, sampled at again 2 pi by n into 2, and so on. So the samples on x of e power j omega at regular intervals can be seen as x tilde of k, but there may be some questions. See, this x of n, x of e power j omega might have come from x of n, okay, which is aperiodic and may have sequence of m length, right? And x tilde of n might have come from periodic sequence of length n. Okay, so we can't directly say that the x tilde of k is sampled version of x of e power j omega. In some cases, it is exactly sampled version. Okay, when the sequence that generates x of e power j omega, okay, and x tilde of k are exactly of same nature and length, then it is sampled version. Okay, we have seen in general case, the origin for x of e power j omega may be different. So we have seen x of e power j omega coming from purely x of n. Okay, and then the how do you get samples of it? By sampling or multiplying with a delta train in frequency domain. That's what we have written here. The question here we posed is, are these two equal? Okay, so this has come from x of n, okay, whereas this might have come from x tilde of n. Okay, so the origin for both of them are different. So if they are different, okay, this has come from x tilde of n of sample length n, sequence period n, and this might have come from x of n with length m. Okay, in such case, okay, will they be same, or how to extract this x tilde of n or one period of x tilde of n from this? Okay, that was the question we posed. So please note that this is not the equality, but rather it is more like a question. Okay, so sorry, here question is here. Okay, here is the question. Okay, so you see that this is the question. This and this are equal or not? These are equal because excess of frequency sampled version of n is obtained by this time domain time domain of x of e power j omega convolution with s tilde of n, right? So here it is multiplication and this is convolution, and you have seen that s tilde of n is a periodic impulse train. Okay, and if you take this, we have seen in previous example that x tilde of k is 1 for 0 to n minus 1, and if this is 1 for 0 to n minus 1, it exactly gives rise to this, this expression. That means we are sampling n samples in frequency domain, right? That's what is being reflected here. Okay, and thus this is like this. Hope this is clear here. Okay, anyway, you can ask more specific doubts now. So you can so now substituting this here, you can see that this becomes the convolution with this. So it is shifted version at n minus rn, right? And this is xfs of n. That means, see, if you do frequency sampling for Fourier transform of x of n, what will happen? That the resultant time domain signal will be a periodic signal repeating at n intervals, at period of n, and the sequence length is m. So if the m is equal to 4 here, no, there is absolutely no problem, because 4 samples are intact here, and then it repeats at 10, because capital N is 10 here. If there are number of samples at 10, then also there is no problem. It repeats till 10 samples, it is preserved and repeats only from 11th sample, when you count from 0. Similarly, if there are 12 samples, but if there are 12 samples, what will happen? It will repeat, the sequence first replication about for x of n will be 0 to 11. And where does it repeat? It repeats at 10. So it starts coming from 10, and there is a mix of time domain sequence values that is referred to as time domain aliasing. Similarly, if you see here, where does it repeat? It repeats from 0 minus n, that is minus 10. Minus 10, if you see, it repeats up to here. Second sequence 1, 0, 1. So 2 samples will get aliased. Here 2 samples, here 2 samples. So there is a time domain aliasing because of what? X of n having larger length than the capital N, which is used for frequency domain sampling. If the frequency domain sampling is of higher samples, than the length of the sequence, absolutely no problem. You can again get back this X of n. However, if the frequency domain samples are less compared to the length of X of n, which generates this, you will not be able to retrieve. Just exactly like Nyquist sampling theorem, in some sense, in time domain, if you sample with lesser number of samples, you will not be able to, there is a overlap or aliasing of the spectrum in frequency domain. Similarly, if you keep lesser number of samples here than the sequence length, you will get the aliasing or mixing up of sequences in time domain here. There spectrum gets mixed in frequency domain. Here spectrum gets, or the sequence gets mixed in time domain. So to summarize, x tilde of k, if you take inverse DFS, you get x tilde of n. The question here is are these two equal? Please note that here it is a question. I'm not saying these two are equal. So we want to say when x of e power j omega is sampled with n samples in frequency domain, it gives rise to x tilde of fs and x tilde of fs of n. So these two will be equal only if, or you can extract this from this, only if when n is greater than or equal to m. Otherwise there will be time domain aliasing. This is what was discussed in the previous video lectures. So now it is open for questions. I request.
Sir, the sampling part one time explain, sir. S of k, S of n. This one.
You want me to explain?
Next slide.
You want me to explain what is x of n, s of k, and so on?
Yes, sir. From xfs to s of k.
Right. See, okay. So is this clear? This I have written it as sorry. To compute this, what I have taken is I restarted in time domain. Okay. Anyway, you know that this is discrete time Fourier transform I can take, and this is actually a periodic sequence. Okay, x tilde of n will come. Okay. So
Yes,
these two I would like to apply convolution, but I want to get first what is s tilde of n. So to get s tilde of n, I have in the previous example, I had a x tilde of n of this nature, right? Which is impulse train, which is looking at 0 and 2n like this. Okay. Now if I take discrete Fourier series, okay, for this sequence, what I get is x tilde of k, which is equal to 1 for 0 to n minus 1. Right? This example, if you remember, we have done earlier.
yes, sir. The above S is for we are applying discrete Fourier transform. Here we are applying discrete Fourier series for S of n.
Correct. So far, what we have discussed here, this is I have just taken a periodic signal in time domain. Okay, the periodic signal in time domain is periodic impulse train. Okay, I just assume that irrespective of all this discussion, assume that I have taken like this. Okay, and
Yes,
if I find DFS, if I find, okay, for this, what I get will be DFS will be equal to 1 for 0 to n minus 1. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Why I need this?
Yes, sir.
0 to n minus 1 s tilde of k1 is, if I write s tilde of omega now, corresponding to this, see what will happen. Anyway, if you have actually s tilde of k has n samples, okay, and these n samples in frequency domain, how much is the like period in terms of radians? How much do they span? They span n samples span, okay, 0 to 2 pi. Correct or not? Okay. If we consider in terms of omega in radians, they span 0 to 2 pi. Okay. And hence, I can, and these are equivalent. Is this clear or not? Yeah, Kartikeya, I think, right? Who is asking?
No, sir. Harshvardhan, sir.
Yeah, Harshavardhan ask, is it clear or not? These n samples in frequency domain span 0 to 2 pi. Not clear?
I am not clear, sir.
Yeah. So what will happen is, see, in frequency domain, what will happen? These will repeat, keep repeating. Yes or no? Right? And
yes, sir.
one
Yes,
period
sir.
here, if I see, it is capital N. Capital N is one period. Okay. So period here is capital N. Right?
Okay, sir.
One period. See, in frequency domain, what are all the frequencies there? If for a discrete periodic signal,
from minus,
yeah, any discrete
minus pi to pi.
Yeah, minus pi to pi. For any discrete signal, have only distinct frequencies that are possible for discrete exponential. Okay, discrete exponential, or okay, minus pi to pi or 0 to pi. For any discrete exponential. Okay, so those are only the possible discrete frequencies. Okay. So if we consider 0 to pi, this this n samples span over 0 to pi. Correct or not?
They have 0 to 2 pi.
0 to 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi is only the region that is available in frequency domain. Okay. So, and hence, so when you consider complex exponential, so these there are n samples which are all 1, 1, 1 equidistant. So these n samples has to span here, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, I understood.
Yes. Yeah. So, and hence, they are spaced 2 pi by n. So using this understanding, I have written this. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I just want to see the discrete domain. Index k has no information of absolutely of the frequency. Okay, it's like dropping the capital T in time domain to say, if you take a excess of a sample signal, okay, excess of T, okay, there is NT space between each sample, right? When you bring this to x of n, this T is lost. Okay, only index is
Yes, sir.
n. Similarly, yeah, if you see even say if you see similarly x tilde of k or x of k, there is only index k is there. Okay, but the origin for this is x tilde of omega. Okay, e power j omega, wherein see this information of k is represented as in terms of say like k to omega you have to scale up. That is 2 pi has to come into picture, or the radiance has to come into picture, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because radians are only the unit. K is not a unit as such. Okay,
Okay.
K just gives the frequency. Okay, it's zeroth frequency, first frequency. But what is zeroth frequency, first frequency means what? It is of strength. Okay, 0 into 2 pi by n, or 1 into 2 pi by n, and so on. This index has to be multiplied with 2 pi by n to get the corresponding frequencies. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And in fact, this is also in discrete time. So if you want to get it continuous time, yeah, even this capital T also should come into picture, omega by T. Okay. So because in continuous time frequency, because see for us, what makes sense? Hertz only makes sense. Okay, 20 hertz, 50 hertz, or 2 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz. Okay, even this 2 pi by n on also doesn't make sense much. Okay. So, but for
Yes, sir.
representation, we are going to discrete domain. And then for even better representation, we are going into the sequences.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. And hence you got this. Once you get this, okay. So that's what I'm saying is from this, okay, I did it forward direction. And from this, I'm concluding that the Fourier transform, inverse Fourier transform of this, okay, discrete time Fourier transform of this is some sense is this. Okay. So, and then I'm using this for convolution.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I request any other student to ask now, or the same student also another question you can ask.
Sir,
Yeah, ask. Who is this? Please tell name
sir,
and
this is Vishnu, sir.
yeah, ask Vishnu.
Sir, in the first lecture, you explained some problem related to this DFT of uh, impulse train.
Correct.
Yes, sir. I am getting another answer, but you wrote a different answer there.
Okay. So which answer you are getting? This question only, right?
Yes, sir. Del of n minus p. Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, here will there be any impulse train in for n less for k less than 0? Here you
Yeah. Yes.
indicated 3 dots here.
Yes. Of course. It's there. It goes from minus infinity to infinity, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Because see, anyway, we can't show all those things, so we show only one period.
Yes, sir. But I got sigma n equal to 0 to n minus 1 del of k minus n for x of k.
Here for all k means k less than 0 to n minus 1, but it will repeat again and again because of periodic nature. Yeah, you tell now.
Sir, I got x of k equal to sigma n equal to 0 to n minus 1 del of k minus n.
Okay. Del of k minus n.
And summation is from n equal to 0 to n minus 1, capital N minus
1. Okay. Okay. Just let me write slightly differently. Okay. I will use different running variable. Okay. So your answer I will write here. Okay. Just correct me if I will use R just to differentiate with this n and that n. Okay. That is in time domain. Okay. Del of k minus r. Correct? This is what you got. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Both are correct, right? What is the problem? This also is 1, right? So what does it mean? This also is equal to, this means that 1 for all k equal to 0 to n minus 1. Because see, x tilde of 0 is what? So from this if you infer, okay, x tilde of k is equal to 1 for all 0 less than or equal to k less than or equal to n minus 1. This and this are same, right?
Okay, sir. Like I thought we won't get this k less than 0, we won't get any impulses there.
No, k less than won't be here, clear here. So we are anyway, see, we are computing only from 0 to n minus 1 to 0 to k minus 1. So we are restricting our computations over one period. But it doesn't mean that there is nothing in negative side and positive side, right? We are restricting the computations to this region. But they repeat anyway. This tilde indicates that they repeat. Is it clear or in any?
Yes, sir. So you're saying that the entire sequence will repeat in the negative direction also?
Correct. That's what happens, right? Even for me, the computation here shows it's only one for all k. K means all k means it's not very clear here. So I will compute only to 0 to k minus 1, right? See, when I compute, I will compute only in this region.
Yes, sir.
So I compute this one. Okay, I will not compute the other quotients because I know that they will repeat.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So I think actually they see, when we consider a discrete Fourier transform, there is a very ease of sequence to sequence relation. So there is no need to bother about the whole periodicity and so on. You will simply see there are n samples here and samples here. Okay, later I will discuss. But here there is a little difficulty in looking at the periodic nature. But only thing is, this is more realistic because in frequency domain, anyway, you are bound to get the periodic since you are considering with the discrete sequence. Okay, now looking it as one period of a periodic sequence, okay, makes the writing of this expression simple. Okay, so in some sense, this is the basis for understanding, even though it is little not very comfortable to operate and clear to look at, that it repeats every time and so on. But you should have in the back of your mind, okay, this repeats because there is a discrete nature here. Okay, and this is like to make this also repeat. Okay, so to make this is periodic sequence, now we are considering. So because of that, it will be discrete. Okay, this will be discrete. Because both are discrete now. Okay, it makes many of the properties like duality. Okay, and easy to go from time to frequency, frequency to time, and so on easy. Also, look, we have the expressions exactly of looking similar nature. Okay, so if we go to probably when I express about DFT, I will try to give. So if I write this in matrix form, okay, I don't know whether you people, how far you have come in matrix algebra. Okay, you can write this as, okay, Fourier DFT or exponentials, okay, into, okay, x bar I will write. Okay, this is capital X and this is small x. Okay, so you can write like this. Similarly, you can write x bar is equal to F inverse only becomes F transpose. Okay, in fact, F inverse is same as X transpose because of some property. Okay, what property you can figure out. Okay, of this complex exponentials. You can write this whole thing in matrix form. K equal to 0 to n. If you bring in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in k here and in n here, this is a whole is a basis functions. Okay, or the complex exponential, discrete complex exponentials. Similarly, this is now in time domain 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in n. Okay, here it is k equal to 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so this F is a n cross n matrix. F transpose is also n cross n matrix. You people are getting what I'm trying to tell here or not? So anybody understood what I'm trying to convey here? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. X of k is periodic. That I have understood.
Right. Okay, x of k is periodic, you understood. Okay, and this is also periodic, you understood. I am writing over one period. Okay, if I consider only over one period, how many x of k's will be there?
N
N.
n sequence, sir. N impulse.
of n. And if I consider only one period, how many x of n will be there?
Yeah, that is also n length.
N. Okay. So now if I want to write all say x of k here, okay. So here force me to. So x of 0, okay, x of 1, and so on, x of n minus 1. Okay. I can write those mathematically, these say summation and so on expressions in matrix vector form to easily represent. Okay, this is x of 0 sequence. Okay, and so on x of 1. All our tildes are there if they are repeating. Since they are repeating, I'm just dropping for comfortability. Okay, and here what will be there? Complex exponentials. Okay, e 2 pi by n 0 0 will be here. Okay, so if I define as wn is equal to e minus j 2 pi by n. Okay, if I define like this, then what I will have here? wn 0 0. Okay, wn 0 1. Okay, because 0 I have to get. Okay, so k. So you assume that wn nk or kn kn is what I'm writing here. Okay, this is the notation I'm writing. So here wn 0 0 wn 0 2 and so on wn 0 n minus 1. Okay, here wn, what should I write here? Can anyone tell?
1 0.
1 0. Okay, and so on wn, what should I write here? n minus 1 0.
N.
Okay. Yeah, comma is there in always, but we skip writing commas also. Okay, and wn here 1 n minus 1, and here wn, what should I write here?
N minus 1, n minus 1.
So this is a now exponential basis matrix. Okay, so each is a, say you can consider this is one basis function of the frequency 0. This frequency 1. Okay, frequency 1 means it's not 1. What is frequency 1 means? Can some of you quickly tell? What do you mean by frequency 1 here? K equal to 1. What do I mean by discrete frequency of 1 means what? All these you see k is equal to 1 for all these things. So I am saying that the frequency for this is 1, all these basis functions. Okay, this is 0 frequency, that is DC basis. Okay, and this is if you sketch them. Okay, I will assume that only real part I am sketching. Okay, first one will be like this. Okay, second one if you sketch, it will be like this, real part only. Okay, I am sketching. So I am sketching in a continuous case, but please note that they are not continuous. Okay. I don't know you people have seen this in any of the book. So and then second one how will it be? Okay, like this and so on. Okay, I don't have space to sketch them here, but this is with 0 frequency. Okay, k equal to 0, k equal to 1, k equal to 2. What do you mean by k equal to 1? What is the frequency? Yeah, Harshavardhan, will you be able to tell?
Sir, 2 pi by n.
Yeah, tell. Don't worry, you tell.
2 pi by n. 2 pi by n, sir.
Right, that is 2 pi by n. Okay, it is 2 pi by n. Okay, and k equal to 2 means what? 2 pi by n into 2.
Into 2.
Okay. Frequency. This is discrete frequency. Okay, if you want to get into omega, then I think I should get to omega by t and so on. Okay, I should know the sampling time also, sampling period also to get into this. Okay, this is k, this is omega. Okay, and then if I want to get in hedges, okay, I have to get this. This is in radian. Fine. And this now, if you see, this has a nice matrix form. This whole thing I can write it as x bar is equal to, okay, f. I'm writing Fourier transform matrix, whatever is f into, okay, x bar. Okay, I can write simply like this, which is n cross 1. Okay, and this is n cross n, and this is n cross 1.
F1.
Right? And now if I want from, this is discrete for like from this, if I want, okay, X bar, if I want, what do? I should do, say X frequency domain is here now. This is, okay, you can consider DFT, though I didn't define it. Okay, discrete Fourier transform for timing or discrete Fourier series or whatever you consider. Fourier transform I will write. So, okay, and this I want to write inverse Fourier transform. Okay, it's discrete and all are there. Okay, series, if it is periodic means series and so on. All this stuff is there. Okay, based on the nature, they keep varying, but the principle is exactly same. Okay, now what should I keep here? Time domain I want to get here. So I have x0, x1, xn minus 1 I should get here. Okay, so x0, okay, x1, okay, x2 and so on. I have to get this x of n minus 1. Okay, this is x bar. I have to get this from frequency domain. What should I write here?
Sir, 1 by n into conjugate of
No.
this matrix.
Okay, given this one, equation 1, okay, how do I write? Okay, here, equation 2. That's my question. It's a matrix, this is a vector, okay, of n cross 1. This is a matrix of n cross n, and this is a vector of n cross 1. No sigmas, nothing here. You see or not?
Yes, sir, F inverse into X.
Right, simply it is F inverse into X. But what is
X.
F inverse? Yeah, what is F inverse? Means what? Every complex exponential with negative sign. Okay, you can see that these are, say this is a what kind of matrix? Like orthonormal matrix, in fact. Okay, so F inverse is equal to F transpose. Okay, so I will not prove or I will just state and leave these things. Okay, those who are interested with a little bit of understanding skills and mathematical skills, okay, can explore. This is F transpose. Okay, this Fourier transform matrix transpose into X. So if you understand like this, so everything will be clear. So here, this is the sequence. Okay, time domain sequence. This is the complex exponential basis function with 0 frequency. Okay, this first frequency and like increasing frequencies. Okay, and then what you will have, each of them gets, when you extract the first frequency component, DC component, what you are doing is multiplying with first basis function, okay, of 0 frequency to get the first frequency component. Or if you want to get the second frequency component, like number of 1 cycle per second kind of information from this, okay, you are multiplying with corresponding basis function. Okay, and similarly here, basis sequence here, instead of basis function in continuous time, these are all basic sequences. Okay, so if you know about vectors, and since anyway we got into this, so in Cartesian coordinates, what are the basis vectors? In Cartesian coordinates, what are the basis vectors?
0, 1 or 1, 0.
So x bar, if you write it as, okay, 1, 0. Okay, and y bar is equal to 0, 1.
0.
Yeah, any point here on this line, you can express as x bar into 2 or x bar into a. Okay, any point on this you can express as y bar into whatever a or b. Okay, and any point in this Cartesian coordinates anywhere, you can represent as, okay, a bar times, okay, sorry, a scalar a times x bar plus b times y bar. Okay, that is any vector. No, so it if you look at it, so it's a vector, but to represent it is a comma b. Fine. Is this clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
These are referred to basis vectors. Okay, these are referred to basis vectors, x bar and y bar. Similarly, these are referred to basis, okay, basis sequences here. Okay, this is nothing but basis sequences. Okay, for representation of, okay, time domain information to frequency domain, because these basis sequences will have different frequencies. Okay, when you plot them and you can see. Fine. If they are continuous, you call them as basis functions. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Oh, fine. You can ask now. Next question. Yeah. Any other questions now? Request other students to ask. Hari, you have any question?
No.
No. Okay. Niharika, what about you?
Actually, I have small doubt, sir.
Yeah. Ask. Who is this?
In lecture 2, sir. In lecture 2, sir. Praveen Kumar, sir.
Praveen. Very good. Ask. Yeah. In lecture 2, tell.
In lecture 2, you have given an example. One example.
Which example?
Sir, next slide, sir.
Okay. Right.
This one, sir.
Right. Ask.
Sir, actually, in this x1 of minus k, or we can write it as x1 of some period minus k, like that, because of circular shift.
Yeah. N minus k. Can you write? Asking, right? Can you
Then
write?
the diagram. Sir, this diagram is it right, sir?
Can you write like this? Is equal to x tilde of minus k. That's what your question? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, in this case, the diagram is it right, sir? The n into s1 of minus k diagram plot.
Whatever I have plotted, is it correct or not? You are asking, right? So at
I
0,
think
what
it's wrong, sir.
wrong? Okay. So the see x of n 0, there will not be any flip, right? So it will
Change.
1 minus
Yes.
1. Okay. And then
Yes,
so
sir.
1 minus 1. Okay. Why do you say this is wrong?
Actually, ninth sample
Okay. So
is at
the
first sample, sir.
right. 9 sample is first sample. Correct. Okay. So you mean to say that here this is what you are saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, when we compute x of minus k, what you get is this. Correct. You are correct. 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 That's why it looks, say, this will repeat and hence it will be just flip of the above sequence. Correct. And now it agrees with x tilde of n minus k is equal to x tilde of minus k. Right? That's all right? Your point? Yeah, Praveen, is it clarified or like, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. So any other thing to discuss? Yeah, request other students to ask. Anjana, you have any questions?
No, sir.
No, okay. You gone through and clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, what about any other students? Bhargav?
Fine, sir. But in a DFT computation, F matrix, F transpose means complex conjugate, sir.
Right,
Complex
very good.
conjugate transpose.
Correct, very good. No, it's complex conjugate transpose. Right, correct. It is complex conjugate transpose. That's why actually negatives will come. Correct. This is Hermitian, referred to as Hermitian. Okay, complex conjugate transpose is referred to Hermitian. I think you people know, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay. Right. So anything else? Yeah, Niharika, is it fine for you?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Okay. So what about Girish, Pradeep?
Yes, sir.
So which video lectures you have listened and understood?
I'm yet to watch the last lecture, sir. Rest I listened.
Okay. Rest are clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about Manmeet is there?
So I think he's not there, sir.
Okay. What's happening? I think is he regularly coming to the classes, Vaishnavi?
So he's attending regularly, sir. I think today both of them might be possibly they're traveling, sir.
Okay. What happened? Where are you people? You are people. You are at your hometowns or at in Tirupati?
Sir, I'm at my hometown, sir. Girish was in Tirupati, sir. Probably for this festival, he's traveling back home, sir. That is why he's not in the
Okay.
class.
Okay. 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 Fine. Okay. So yeah, what about Nikhil and Razu?
Yes.
Anything? Fine. Okay. So I think then let us conclude our discussion on this these three classes. Okay.